Yeah, I mean, there's no substitute for the work. The work is the work, and like you have to come out here and build chemistry, continue to build chemistry as a team. We have a lot of chemistry, but we also have new pieces. Not like we're building on last season. It's going to be a brand new season, so it's just fun to be back out here. The fun part's being with your friends, you know. So get out there, tell a couple jokes, and that's what makes it enjoyable out here. And then hopefully we just get better as a whole team, all three units. Yeah, this is just day one. You know, we got to see what it looks like, you know, tomorrow and the day after that, and every day moving forward.
The change that's under the past, though, that you've told us in the past that this is a new season, the past is the past, but you've never been able to build on a division championship and a championship appearance. Is there a little bit more wind under your sails coming off of the accomplishments, knowing what you guys did?
I mean, maybe initially in the off season that makes it easier to you know show up to workouts and do whatever you got to do. But ultimately, like if you don't love playing football, that's not going to last you all the way through either. Of course, we're striving for wins and we want to be great, but you gotta love ball to come out here and do this every single day and try to get better. And we're fortunate to have had the success, but we know what came before that. It was the work that came before that when nobody cared what the Lions were doing. So I think we have the right group of guys. I think Dan and Brad have done a really good job of bringing guys that are culture fits that understand that and aren't going to shy away from kind of lunch pail mentality.
Is it fulfilling to see some of these changes, though? You see the upgrades around here, you see the new name change. I mean, just your thoughts on all these new changes, man, just around the facility as a whole as well.
Yeah, I mean, number one, they're fantastic. I don't know if you guys have seen the training room. It's incredible. I talked to Rod, I talked to Brett, I talked to Mike Sundin, Dan, I talked to all the guys because I came in Wednesday. Incredible. And as a player, it's just cool to see them. Like, we're going to reinvest in new players. We're going to give more back to you. You're going to give the best thing we possibly can for you and always trying to improve and get better. Because that's what we do out here as athletes. We're trying to get better every single day. And we know they're trying to get better in this building for us so we can succeed and get whatever little edge we can. And I know the fans are going to like having a little shade. They've needed that out here for a little while. They'd be burning up out here. But it's cool.
Dan told a story about when back when he was playing, how they had a great season, and then they kind of maybe just tried to live off that season. They didn't put in the same work the next year, and they were 7-9 team. Just how important is that message for Dan too? That it starts over. You can't live off last year. The NFC Championship doesn't mean anything. It's day one, and you got to put the work in.
Yeah, I mean, I think the mark of any good team is going to be consistency. Just like on an individual level, the mark of a good player is going to be consistency. So you need to be able to show up. At this point, nobody cares what we did last year. It just doesn't matter. It's going to have no bearing on this season moving forward. If anything, it's going to make it harder for us. So we can't take that for granted. And it's hard to have a great season and then refocus and get back doing things the right way. I mean, I had it in college. We won the national championship. The next year, we had a good year, but it wasn't up to expectations. But again, I think that goes back to Dan and Brad bringing in the right people who are culture fits, who won't let that happen. If you have the right core group of guys, they're not going to let that happen. And I think we got that here.
Coach Dan Campbell talked earlier about the importance of maintaining identity with the team. From a player's perspective, how would you define that, and how do you maintain that?
I don't think we have to find our identity. I think we know what our identity is. I think you hear all the buzzwords, tough, gritty, all those things, but that's truly what we are. We're kind of old school in that mindset, and we just want to show up and we want to outwork people. So I don't think we have to find it. I think we've already found that over the last 3 years. But to maintain it, what do? We do this out here. This is what we do. We compete against each other. All the cliche sayings, iron sharpens iron, all that. I mean, that's what you have to do. Because again, there's no substitute for the hard work. There's no substitute for football. You can do all the speed ladders you want. You can lift all the weights you want, but you still got to go out there and play football to maintain it. So I think that's the biggest thing. I think you have to lead by example. I would say I'm not the most vocal guy. I will when I have to be, but I try to set a good example for those around me. because if I can get away with stuff, then they're going to want to do that also. Even if they're a young player, they're going to be like, oh, I want to get to whatever year 9, and so I can take off, or I can cut corners here. But you don't stick around in this league if you don't have kind of that edge to you where you want to set the right example and you want to do things the right way, because there's a new influx of young guys every single year looking for jobs. So I think for a veteran player and for our other veteran players, I think the big thing is to set the example. And that's the most powerful one. Everything else can seem like lip service, but if you're a young player and you see Jared Goff out there doing what he does, and you're like, oh, that's how it's done. Or you see David Montgomery out there, oh, that's how it's done. You see guys like Hutch out there, just setting good examples. So I think that's the biggest thing you can do to hold each other accountable.
I want to go back to the last one, guys. Facility upgrades. Was there any feedback that you gave personally, or did they ask the players what to upgrade, and what have you seen upgrade that's going to help you in particular?
My personal feedback wasn't necessarily about the facilities itself. Mine was more about, we need more dry needlers and maybe a couple more athletic trainers. And I think they're all certified in dry needling, and we got like 2 or 3 more trainers. And the facility, like I said, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it's incredible. And it's just going to help us, because you got to stay healthy. You got to get guys back on the field. Guys are going to get dinged up. But if we have that and as an advantage, and if we can get just a couple % better from that, that's going to be huge for us. And again, it's just a testament to the people upstairs in this building reinvesting in us as players, so we can kind of double down on the work we're putting in.
And really quick, any updates on your contract situation?
Not really. I think I'm hoping to hear fairly soon, but as far as like anything of like numbers, substance, I haven't had too much. I will say it's something that I am hopeful of. I mean, I've even gone up and I had a conversation with Dan during OTAs just to talk with him about it. And I feel good about the messaging. I know what the timeline looks like. But as far as anything of substance, not really.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
Thanks, guys. Amon-Ra will be up next.
Thank you.